Good morning, everyone. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hey, Raj, how are you, brother? Welcome to the folks on YouTube. Trying an experiment here and doing some streaming. So, welcome to our RTH session for March the 12th. And overnight inventory is now long. As you can see, most of the trading, all the volume and time is above the previous day's close. Now, I talked to you a little bit about bias. Now, earlier in the day, just a little while ago, people in the room are like, "Oh, I'm short biased. I'm looking for 5,000. I'm doing this." I want you guys to look at this. It's okay to be short biased. And this is what happens to traders. The market goes down for so long and you try and buy the dip. It doesn't work because the market keeps liquidating because we've got rolling margin calls and people who have bought product on credit are dumping out of it. So when that happens, people are trying to buy the dip, but it's not working. So what happens is right when the market gets to an area where the supply shuts off, everybody gets short. Now, in down markets, you are going to have days where you will have the odd up day, right? You will have the up day, right? Yeah, but Jam, you don't hold positions overnight either. So it's okay, right? You could still. Now, what's going on today? Now you got to use the old peanut. It's okay to be short biased, but don't become a religion with this short biasing. Okay? Because this is exactly how you get trapped short. Look at the volume. Look at the TPO charts here. 2 days ago, yesterday didn't take out 2 day low. I know we don't use T plus two anymore, but that's significant. We've seen this pattern before. And then you get a move up, a short covering move. Now they will sell into it at some point. But right now, right, if this market acts like a proper market, it'll take the inventory underneath 5620 and retail it out here between 30 and 60. That is if the order flow permits. Okay. So when that happens, oh yeah, you know what? I don't want to open up Zoom right now, team, because it's going to crash the computer. Probably trying to run too many. I don't know. I've got 64 gigs of RAM, but Zoom is a very temperamental program. So what I'm going to do is after this session, I will do a test session running Zoom and YouTube at the same time. And it'll just be a test to see whether the folks in the room get the lag. Okay. I am aware of it. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet. So I apologize for the lag. And I still haven't figured out how to get rid of this black box at the bottom of the screen. Somebody said click on it, but that's not working. So anyway, let's get back to work. So the inventory is underneath 5620. And what happens is we're in distribution now, right? We're in a distribution sideways. If I show you the 1 minute chart when we get to it here, you'll see we're going to try and take what we took in yesterday, right? The cheap product from 2 days ago, yesterday, and the overnight session. There's a lot of it. Let's see if we could use those shorts who are trapped under 56.20 to hold the market up. Also, are we going to open on a gap or not? What do you think? Gap, no gap. Gap is if we open outside the previous day's range. You're going to open on a gap away from yesterday's close. That's granted. What do you guys call that? What do you guys call that? Island gap, Tequila Sunrise gap, Cool Ranch gap. You guys have all sorts of stuff. Anyway, for me, a gap is when it opens outside the proper range, right? I have a brand new trading PC, WiseAss up 7, right? But for some reason, Windows 11 and Zoom and Discord all hate each other. So I've spent a ton of money trying to get it fixed. It's just not working. It's only like 8 months old. Wise ass. There's always a wise ass in every trading room. Windows 10 was the best. It never crashed. So all assets seem to be up a little bit now. Coin of Bitterness is up $945. Hey Kevin, how you doing? Let's see what we do now. And I think we're going to open inside yesterday's range. I don't think we have the order flow to create a gap just yet. We do have a hell of a lot of short covering right at yesterday's high. Look at all that volume. It's beautiful, right? So they ran the stops, created all that volume. We have our traders are now trapped short under 56.27 half to 36 half. Those are single prints. That's a short position when we took that high. We have another short position when we took the earlier overnight high. And that's from 56.02 to 4 and change. Now, if we have a lot of regular selling in a normal market, what's going to happen is they'll distribute up here, run out of buyers, and then sell the market back down to their cost basis. So their cost basis was 56.92. We took that and we moved it up to 56.42, right? 55.92 to 56.42. So we've offloaded a good amount of product. We've taken that accumulation from all night and we've blown that off here, created by the short covering from taking the stops after the news, right? It's a very common thing. In stock trading, this is called a gap and trap, right? And we used to do it all the time, right? You clean out a stock, you hold it down, you get everybody to puke it into the bid. The next morning, you get up early, you move all your market makers out of the way, right? So they move their markets up, the stock gaps up a couple of bucks, right? They all come running in to buy it and bam, you sell into it, right? That's how you distribute volume, right? And that's the order flow has to support that, right? So market makers, big traders, they all want to do certain things, but does the order flow support your business agenda? And you, as retail traders, have to think the same thing. Does the order flow support your trade? Very important. So our 1 minute chart, my balance zone was tiny. It was 55.89 half to 92 half, right? Profit zone, you double it to 98, double it to 56.10, double it to 56.34, and then I'd have to stack 16 of these. So hopefully this thing doesn't catch a bid and run. Otherwise, I'd redraw the balance zone, If I was redoing this now, I would use this as a balance zone right here. Right? I would use, like, if you just came in and sat down, because we do have a distribution balance. And because the reason we can use a distribution balance or an accumulation balance is really because we're selling the same product. So down here, we weren't selling lemons, and up here, we're not selling oranges, right? It's the same product. So the buyers and sellers are going to be on both sides no matter what, because they're the same people, right? There is a massive wholesale element to markets that have a lot of speculative participants, right? Cowboys and cowgirls or cow people, whatever the hell it's called now. Anyway, 56.38 and a quarter to 45 and three quarters. You could obviously see that there is two-sided trade in that box. As wholesale traders who are long, they're long underneath 56.15, 56.20, and they're just having a beautiful time of it here. So now let's see if we do a look below of 38 quarter and fail. That's how you test a zone, right? You use the level to figure out the order flow. See how the offer is lifting at 38 quarter? But now the seller is there. So now we know, aha, okay, wait for the next candle. And if the next candle can't take that out, you'll just double this to the downside and you'll have the discount zone. See? Boy, that color gets ugly quick, right? So there's that. That's how you double. This is where the product has been sold. And now, so if this is Saks Fifth Avenue, now you lost buyers. So now you got to take that, load it in the trucks, and take it down to TK Maxx or TJ Maxx. Right? That's all it is. Does everybody understand concept of distribution? Where is VWAP team? Where do you guys have VWAP right now? 20? Thank you. So we're still in distribution. Ah, thanks, Truth. Oh, stick it down here. Anyway, we're distributing above VWAP, right? Ah, see how we're entering the single prints? We're starting to lose that bid. So the people who are buying in this green box are shorts who are trapped underneath 56.28. And as soon as they see selling, they'll start to drop their buy orders, right? If I'm bid for 100 contracts and I see somebody flashing 2,000, ooh, I'm going to drop my bid, right? Because I want to get it cheaper, right? That sell order goes away. Now I got to chase back up. That's what creates that back and forth movement. That's a negotiation. You guys call it chop. We call it work, right? When you're moving back, you're moving your bids up and down, right? So you move your bids down, somebody comes up and gobbles up that product. So then you got to move up again, right? Now, this is all, of course, done by machines. So it's very, very efficient. That's why this market moves so quickly. Also, machines will thin out an order book faster than you can say leaping lizards, right? Big order comes into an order book, those algos will dump all the bids so quick it'll make your head spin. Doing a little look below and fail here. I don't even have my other Sierra open here. So I was on a call talking away, and then the building power, the entire power for the building clipped out here in Liverpool. I think the whole block went down because they were doing construction. Thankfully, they got it back up. What's our volume? 320,000 contracts. What's the new contract at 26,000? The new contract is trading 56.83. So as usual, it's about 50 points higher. And we've almost filled these single prints. So trades off the open. What are you guys thinking? People were saying short biased, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. When inventory is long, you should be a little short biased. The market, however, is already correcting that that bias, right? It's already started correcting. So if you're already in on the correction, that's beautiful. But what if you just joined us? Right? So you can, I'll still use these levels. I just wanted to show you folks how you can redraw your balance levels after a big move up or down, or if you've just come in the morning. I'll just stick to my levels here. And now we'll start looking to see, do we do a look below and fail at 56.34, right? Or do we come up over 34.35 and those sellers engage again and we push down to 29? Chem, my original balance level is all the way down at 55.89 half to 92 half. Where this purple is the 16 times. This is 8. There's 4. So I haven't really traded much at all today. I did a couple of scalps in the morning session and then the power went out for our whole block. So I'm just going to kind of be a little careful, dial it in here. I'll just use the levels. If you're short under 34, right, you're looking for those single prints to fill. So off, and we still have 11 minutes to the open. There will be some bids down here at 27.5. So if you're short, say you got a bad fill like me, right? And I'm not blaming anybody but myself. So I shorted 31 with a couple of micros. So I'll put the 30 bids in there just because I don't want this thing to get away from me. One at 29, I got 2 left, and 29.25, and I'm flat. I am flat in the single prints. I use this area to cover because that's where the buying is. I don't want to compete too much. So I'll just take them back. I shorted when we got under 31.5. I was short 31.25, right? I should have been short up here, right? Against 34. So that's what our method of being quick is. I know a lot of people go, that's really quick. I can't trade that fast. From where I stand, that's not fast at all. But aside from that, you should learn how to trade quickly, because more than getting into trades fast, it gets you out of bad trades quickly because it teaches you how to react. You have to train your reaction skills so you don't freeze. Everybody wants to trade for longer time frames. Everybody wants to trade and make more money. There's nothing wrong with that, but you need the skill to do that, right? You know what, Teen? This thing, the way this market is, the inventory could flush down to the overnight low. And I'm glad you said that, right? Because this could all come apart like a cheap suit, right? This is all inventory. If you lose the bid, we'll come back to 55.92, and that overnight low is 55.74. The other thing is there's a level here at 55.84 that I've been watching for a while, right? You guys know that as my, oh, the level's gone because the computer rebooted. Uh, it's 55.84 off my longer term chart. And I'm looking for acceptance above or below that. That's the top of a zone. The bottom of the zone is 53.42. So I want to see if we hold 55.84, because if we do a look below and fail of 55.84, the next level up will be 57.04 and then 58.25 on a larger time frame. And those levels have been tried and tested over the last 5 years. Do not be surprised, though, in short-term trading, because inventory is long, to go test those lows. How do you exchange the bid-ask lines? It's in the chart study thing, and I don't know how to do it. It's one of these things here. It's in here somewhere. God bless the software, but my God, it's in there somewhere, Johnny. Right? Just have a glass of wine and just kind of chill out. Sierra chart's a lot easier. You just put on some nice music, have a glass of wine, and just don't get frustrated. You'll figure it out. The only thing is I forgot to write down all the settings, so when I put it into a new computer, oh dear God, it is something else. See how we just stop selling right when we come to that 27.5, 28 quarter. That's because that's where the shorts are really stuck, because they were using that U high as their out. So when we popped it, large traders don't use hard stops, right? So they'll be putting bids to cover here because they would have averaged up into this move, right? Now let's see, we should fill these because I don't think JJ, is it important that this level is near the peaks made in July, August 24? Probably, but I haven't looked at it. I won't discount anybody's views, but if I haven't done the work, I can't comment on it. But I will take a look. No problem. Yeah, I'll never BS you guys. I'll if I don't know the answer to a question, I'll go find someone who does. We're still distributing. I'm short biased going into this because the inventory is above us and the inventory is long. And I don't think the selling is quite over yet. So we got 5 minutes here. Let's see what the cool kids are doing real quick. Tesla 244, Crabapple 221, the Rainforest is 180. These things just came back down and just took some steam off. There's no really big damage on this stuff. PLTR is back into that little distribution range before the big launch. That thing needed to correct. That was this crazy MSTR. I was watching that guy speak yesterday, and I don't know. I just don't know. He's either crazy or he's brilliant or both. I don't know. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Thanks, Truth. Okay, we found some bids at 28. Quelle surprise. All right. We've got bids at 28, sellers at 34. All right, let's open for business. Oh, we still have 4 minutes. So because I haven't really been in front of the machine because we didn't have power, um, I'm going to kind of just sit and watch the open a little bit. And if I do take trades, I'll just scalp with the micro. And then I have conference calls right after this. So I might have to trade a little later at night. That's okay. That's the nice thing about the futures. You know, it's a 23-hour market. Bids at 31.5. Let's see if we can move over 34.5. All right, and just chill out. You know, a lot of trading rooms and stuff like that, they're yelling at their get ready for the open. It's like, listen, you're not working 3 million shares for Goldman Sachs. Take it easy, okay? Just relax, take in the information. Wait for your setup. Just seriously, some people get like all like, oh, it's like it's a race. It's not a race. You know, it's not like, you know, you're going to the line of scrimmage for football either. Just you got to be smart. Just pick your spots, get in there, steal some money, and run out. Right? Remember, we're scavengers. I'm looking to see if 28.5 holds on the open. Here we go. A few sell orders. Oh, look, coming in. It's jumpy and frisky, so remember, just take your time, folks. Let the large traders set the tone and direction. There's no need to get run over multiple times. If you're long, I'd be looking for sellers at 38. If you're short, I'd be looking for bids under 31.5. I will remain out of a position off the open so I can stay open minded. And they're off. Ripped right through that 31.5. Came right to 28. Lifted the offer away from the buyers. I'm seeing sellers at 35. I mean 33. Sorry. Apologies. I'm short biased, but the offer is lifting, so I'm wrong. Right? Until that thing, there we go. There's a decent size order at 34 down. And can we stay under 34? And a half? No. That was just one order. So based on that flush and back up, remember we were looking for a seller at 38 if you're long, past 38, past 40. Next area of resistance will be around 43 and a quarter half. So that little splash move caught some people short, which helped create that big green candle. There's the overnight point of control. If we take out yesterday's high, that'll blow some stops and we'll get over 46. So be careful about that. Buying is moving higher. See, when I saw this, I said I should do the look below and fail of 34, but I didn't take the trade. So that tells me that I'm hesitating, right? I'm always running diagnostics on myself. There's stops up here at X. Sorry, I didn't have those marked. Upper stops right there. If it stays over the previous day high, target is 46.5. Look above and fail of the previous day high. This backfill should take us down somewhere here at 39. I follow the candle offer, right? I don't use the TPO for trading, Italian trader. Is that the same Italian trader who's in my room? Just follow the candles. What are you doing over there? Get into Discord. Anyway, that's too funny. There's going to be some selling at the previous day high. Listen, if I was long at 28, I'd be dumping everything into this previous day high if I had any kind of size. Because I know that's where the buyers are, because that's where you're running the stops, right? Everyone who shorts using that previous day high. So now they're coming in and taking in product. See, that's why they saw a little bit of size. Boom, the algo just drops the bid like a stone. Right. Hey, Suresh, how you doing? Do I care about the CPI print? No, I don't. I'm an inventory and order flow trader. I'm a very simple, what I call a blue collar trader. Where are the buyers? Where are the sellers? How can I make some scratch in between? I do know that the macro is changing with this new administration, so that makes the market a bit more nervous. So you just got to be careful, not to get caught at the wrong end, and make sure that your trade has a business decision attached to it and that your risk is the most important thing. So I don't look at CPI at all. I wouldn't be egotistical enough to tell you that I could take that information and actually make money from it. Right? There's a lot of information out there, and you got to kind of know yourself. Like some people, like we have this one guy in our room, Jerry. He's literally a rocket scientist. Like when they're trying to build a new artificial heart, they like call him and ask for like advice. He's like Mensa level brilliant, and he can watch like 10 or 11 monitors at the same time. I can't do that. That's why I just watch the offer and watch the level. Right now, couldn't find any buyers at 43 and a half, so we put it on sale down to 37. Right? There's a little bit of buying under 36, and we're going to go explore that right now. As we run out of buyers, the market will offer lower to get rid of its product. As soon as it senses any kind of buying, the offer will lift. What's he got here? NFT Bandit. Thanks, NFT. Much appreciated. How you doing this morning? See how the market will stop where there are distributions. Right? It will only sell under 37.5 if it has to. If they completely run out of buyers, the sellers will start to compete and offer lower and lower and lower. Yeah, that's another thing. I don't correlate markets at all. For me to make money, I have to be focused. I can't watch like too many things at the same time. I can make markets in like 8 to 12 stocks simultaneously, but because we control the order flow and we control the supply. But as a retail guy, I'm very one dimensional. For me, focus is everything. Right? Like 37.5. I'm watching 37.5 and it's starting to get heavy at half there. See? That's what I consider important. Right? So if people were buying 37.5 at the time, I didn't even get a chance to say it. I was like, it's getting heavy because I could see them like pushing and pushing lower on the offer. Right? Then all of a sudden somebody just came and went, hell with it, smack it. Right? And here we do coming into VWAP. Where's VWAP now? 19.5, 20, something like that. So we filled those single prints. Right? Caught that bid. Is anybody in the micro futures trading room? Can somebody tell me what VWAP is right now? Just checking. I'm not getting any. Got to check in on you guys. When traders are quiet, it means they're losing money. $24. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm getting 19 and 3 guy. Depends where you got it anchored. I should have done it earlier this morning. Anyway, here we go. Found those bids at 28.5 again. Market's rotating higher. If you're long, you're looking for a seller at 40. Okay, there's going to be a little supply at 40. Is the point of control. There it is. It just hit you right in the face, down to 37. Oh, man. You just saw the puck just get nailed right down, right? Somebody sold some size. Right? It is a speculator's market, folks. So learning how to trade in this market is a good thing. because it'll teach you how to think quick. It'll teach you how to get rid of losses quickly, right? The longer you hem and haw when you have a trading loss because you don't understand the business reason for the trade, that's why you lose money, right? Has anybody ever been long and the market goes down, then it comes back right back to where you're long, and then you're like, oh, you think it's going to get over that? And then boom, it sells again? Or if you're short and the market comes right back down to where you're short, and then all of a sudden it catches a bid? Has that ever happened to anyone? Don't lie. It's happened to me. I know it's happened to others. That's because you and everybody else is stuck in the trade at the wrong place. That's exactly why. Because right when it gets up to where you're long, that's where everybody's break even stops start triggering. Boom, 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 boom. Same on the short side. Okay, let's get lower now. Come on. Let's take out VWAP. Enough of this nonsense. We need to test those lows. Don't make us wait. Jeez, look at these candles, eh? They are not to be messed around with, these 1 minute candles. Look at that. Just when I was looking at a look above and fail of 34.5. But let's see where this candle closes. It closes above 34.5. See, look at that. They're just grabbing the shorts every time the market trades lower. But that's why I just keep in my hand off the mouse until I see it break. I think I will wait till it breaks VWAP, right? Because anytime it gets close to VWAP, the front run comes in hard, and the offer just lifts, right? Trapping everybody, right? See, look, trap, sell down, trap, sell down, trap. Let's see how long they fall for this. Till somebody goes, well, you know what? I just want out of my size. So, just somebody needs to just come and smack it with 5,000 contracts now. Yeah, that's a good target, team. That's a good target. That's in between these two stops on the half hour. There you go. There you go. Now, under 22 should target. As soon as I said under 22, it lifted over 22. Jeez, look at the responsive buying. If you are short, like I shorted 22, and and on the first move down, it hit my buy limit and then popped back up off it. It's an interesting, it's a very interesting market here. There's your 18 team. Nice trade, man. Nice trade. Beautiful inventory correction trade. Beautiful. Right? And yet we still have shorts trapped underneath 5605. So let's see if we can get down there and give them a much needed fill. So nice trading, everyone. That was a nice inventory correction, right? One of the tells that we couldn't take out that X high on the top, right? We couldn't run the stop at 46 half. Inventory being long is now correcting lower. To correct it all the way down, I I think the profile guys say, you got to come down to the close. So we're still in distribution because you got to remember most of that product is positioned, let's see, over this last session. Gosh, 57.77 to 56.16. So we just kind of did a look below and fail of 16 3/4. Huh. It's amazing. Sometimes you'll have a chart book and you leave a chart open with some old levels that you did. Like these levels, I think I did last Thursday. And I wasn't even looking at the chart because if I was, I missed a beautiful trade, a look below and fail of 56.16 3/4. Hmm. It's amazing how balance levels from different periods of time will work because in essence we're just trading the same product. It's not like one day we go from trading ES contracts to running an auto body shop. It's like the same product, you're just buying and selling it every day. Seller at 28. Let's see if it holds that 16 3/4 now. I tried to buy 22. I missed it. Now I don't want it. I'll take it. I'll take it for 4 ticks. Ugh, I am not trading well today. I'm trading quite sloppy. I find that if I'm trading, I start trading and then I have something like the power goes out or something like that, or the internet goes down. It's very, I don't know, it just kind of throws off my rhythm, which is completely different than when you're trading institutional. I've traded through 2 earthquakes and 2 building fires. But I think when you're trading your money or other people's money, you just don't want to screw it up. There's under 16 3/4 again. Let's go test. Very curious to see what's lurking down here, right? Staying short till 56.10 if you are short. 10 and a half. 11 and a half. Close. Boom, there's 10 and a half. Next level down will be 7. What do you think about market profile opening types and day types? Can they give you an insight? You know what? I tried to memorize that, but I couldn't use it effectively when you're getting punched in the face, Walter. That's why I trade the way I do. I just do a simple look below and fail. So I'd be, we did a look below and fail of 10. So I'd be long 11, 12 and putting offers in the market, right? And if that candle doesn't hold, I'd get out of the trade and wait till it does that again. I'm very, very simple. Trading those opening types, I'm sure, is not a bad thing. I never put in the work because they had this kind of open, that kind of open, this kind of thing. And I started reading it. And then, to be quite honest, my brain hurt. So I just put it away. So it's just too much. Does that make sense? Look below and fail at 10 and a half, right? The market's going to rotate up. So you buy a little at 11, you buy a little at 12, you sell 14, 15, 16, you sell it on the way up. You see? You guys understand what I'm saying? It's just like trigonometry is great, and so is geometry, but you're not going to be using Pythagorean theorem when you're in a boxing ring and somebody's punching you in the face. You have to train yourself to react. Trading is still a physical activity. There's still, until you can execute with that chip in your brain, you still got to move the hands, right? Touch the mouse, touch the keypad, enter order, entry, right? All of that stuff, you have to have that. That's important for me. So Walter, I made my own checklist, right? And in our trading room at Micro E Futures, we have a way to pick apart a market, right? You know, we keep it really simple. What do I think about the technicals of market profile? I think they're great. Um, let's use them in a practical way. Hey, Held, right? Trading is simple. Keep the analysis simple, right? So market profile, what does it give us? It gives us poor highs, poor lows, single prints, tells us where the cost basis of your inventory is priced at a glance, right? And I don't have any hard and fast rules other than don't trade without stops. Going with a gap, fading a gap, all of that stuff depends on the order flow, right? There are people who say all gaps fill. We have gaps from way back that haven't. But you got to have the order flow to back up the rule. If the order flow is not there, right? There's too much crap to keep in your head, right? Who's in control? You know, who had Cheerios for breakfast? Like come on, like where's the bid? Where's the offer? What is your way to make money, right? What is your trade setup, right? How do you do business? Don't worry about everything else, right? That's why I like to look below and fail. Like the order completes, the market rotates up to buy inventory. You grab some inventory and sell it on the move up, right? It's not rocket science. It's simple. It's a bit frisky here. What's going on? Is there any news or anything? No one? I'm not knocking books or written education or anything, but what can you actually use to make money and use quickly and incorporate it into a repeatable, scalable, executable business plan? War news? Ah, okay. Like you can always tell when something hits the tape, right? It gets all frisky. Let it settle down. Thanks, Dean. Yeah, I'll just chill and wait now. I like to let the market digest the news. How do you monitor a trade for continuation? If you're long, you put sell orders out. If those sell orders get executed, your trade's doing well. If those sell orders do not get executed, you better lower the price of your product. If you're short and you put in bids and those bids don't get filled, guess what? There's no supply. Move your bids up. That's how you monitor a trade for continuation. You let the market tell you how your trade is doing. Make sense? So if I buy 5 contracts, right, at say 56.10, and I put in sell orders at 11, 12, 13, and guess what? They're not getting taken. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Nobody wants to buy your contracts. Get it? Does that make sense? Put out orders, right? That's order flow trading. I don't really like this price action. Let's see, we're going to fill these single prints. We took that S stop, stopped right at 5. I think we will. I'd be cautious trading this right now, folks. If you're not fast, you might get some bad fills. It might be a little choppy. It's great to watch. There's a seller up there at 8. Hey, ZS, how you doing? Single prints filling. Ooh, somebody's got an appetite at 5. Okay, those are filled. Now we're looking. The old overnight POC, I just left this in, was down here at 55.92. So we took all this cheap crap, we sold it up here. Inventory is finally corrected down, right? And I think Teen was saying, let's go test the overnight low. Wouldn't be a bad thing. Would not be a bad thing at all. And we're just coming back into that position from the overnight. Look below it and fail at 55.98. Make sure you sell into it because all the inventory is above us. And I am, of course, I am waiting for 55.84. That is the level I am watching. And I'll be able to tell more when we get down there. Do you guys notice this week, A period feels like it's been like an hour and a half? It's a long A period. Oh. Whew. Yeah, we're still in A period. It's almost over, but man, packing a lot of drama in there. Back to the middle of the purple zone here at 4.5. Looking for sellers at 8. There they are. If they see buyers, they'll lift the offers up into the 9s and 10s. If they don't see buyers here, they'll see the offer move down. There we go. Almost got into the 9s. You know, all our trading should be practical, right? Everything should be practical. Why did you get into the trade? because there was no inventory under this price available for sale. So I bought a little bit above, right? What do you plan on doing with it? What's the market condition like? Well, everybody wants to get an 80-point trade, but what's realistic? So there's a fairly aggressive seller at 5608. We told you there would be one, right? And there they are. Right? If you watch these charts long enough, you'll be able to tell where the sellers and the buyers are. At first, it's overwhelming because, first of all, you don't know what's even happening or what it's representing. Once you understand what it's representing, then you start to get clued in, right? And you see that offer lift the way it just did means the market found some buyers and it's trying to get them to chase price higher. As soon as it loses buyers, the offer will move lower like it is now, right? So it's that back and forth that creates opportunity for us. So we craft our trade execution plan around that business model. So the nice thing about that is when your risk management, say we did a look below and fail of 55.98 half, and we bought 5,900, 5,600, 59.99, 5,600, you'd use 98 half as a stop, and then you sell a little bit at 4 half, a little bit at 7 half, and right there at 10 half, right? And you're done, right? You don't have to make a big federal case out of it, right? And your risk is very, very tight because if the market breaks those two bottom green candles and takes out 98 and a half, takes out 98, that means that people are willing to sell it under 98, which means you should not be long. So the business reason for your trade does not exist. You're gone. You and your capital just, hop a cab, right? Is your trading practical? If you had to choose, do you think we are lower or higher at SPY in a year? I have no clue. I have no clue. All I know is that these markets are structured for the last 20 years in a certain way. If that's changing, we'll keep our eye out. We'll know more after we see the 13Fs. After this quarter, we'll know more. You want to see what the buying retention was in those big Mag 7 stocks. Come out at the end of the quarter, Zuzu. Yeah, well, we're just going to sell this down to 92. After COVID, we started looking at the 13Fs or when they disclose how much they bought or sold of a large stock, large holders, right? Like BlackRock will, if they adjust their Apple position, they'll file to disclose that. After COVID, we found that the institutional investors, people who hold investments for 20, 30 years, they didn't sell anything. So they maybe trimmed positions here and there, but they didn't dump. So just all the margin sellers got taken out. No, they do it on the quarter die. It's not 9 months from now. Oh yeah, the end of the year? I don't know. Yeah. I never try and I'm not a genie. I don't try and forecast. Nice look below and fail of 98 and a half to 4 again. I missed that. I think AZS there's going to be a constant stream of news, my friend, in this market. I think there's going to be a constant stream of news. I think order books are going to be thin. I think the markets are going to be frisky for a while. So we have to govern ourselves accordingly, right? And we have to really, really cherry pick the trades that we're going to take. And don't get sloppy in this market. Because look at the size of these candles. These are 1 minute candles. Right? It's frisky. Let's see, we're going to rotate up to 10 now. There's 9, close. 9 1/4, 9 1/2. There's 10. Rotation never fails. And if it fails, it means the order flow has changed, right? So, of course, things are going to fail. And when they fail, it tells you something has changed. Use that to modify the way you trade. Be nice if we set up a nice little rotation down here while we grab some product, right? We're going to shake all of this out down here now. Let's see if that bid holds. Oh boy. Hey, listen, I'm trading on micros right now. I don't mind. I like to make sure that my skill level is up before I start trading the mini. That's just me though. I just don't like throwing money away. And I love the micro for test trades. I had a 13 bid in, but I didn't get any. We didn't even have time to move the point of control down. Hmm. Now a little backfill. Let's see if we hold 10.5. I think if we can't get back over 16 right now, I don't. If we can't get back over 10, I think we'll move lower. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just watching this. There's 16. Oh, there's the seller at 16. The seller's right here. We just need to line up some buyers so they move their price up to 18, 19, but that's not happening yet. Just wait for your trade. Right, if you're long off that 11, if you're long off the look below and fail of 10.5, And there we go, above 16. Let's see if we hold it. I'm short a little, just a few at 12. I'm just covering them here. I'm flat. I was a little late on that trade. Now let's see, we take out that 5607 area. Nice work, Chaz. Well done. You're doing well after your layoff. That's good. Man, you guys are all quiet today. You're all concentrating? Okay. All right. Just checking in. Looks like we have sellers at 7 and 8. The thing is, the candle pushes lower, and if you don't have your buy orders in, like say you were short on the way down, like 9, 8, 7, and you didn't have those bids down at 4, that's what I mean about monitoring for continuation. In a fast market, there's nothing wrong with putting your orders in. Get in the habit of putting your orders in. As soon as you're long, put your sell orders in. Because most probably it'll go up, grab your sell order, and come back down. Like just like right now. If you were long 7 and you put in a 9.5, 10 sell order, you would have gotten taken out on that move up. All right. My thing is okay. For example, I'm going long, stop, target 1, target 2. As soon as I enter the trade, the stop goes in. It's the first thing. The second thing is the closing order. So the opening order, the stop, the closing order. So if you're long, it's long, stop, sell 1, sell 2, or how many contracts you have. If you're short, stop, buy 1, buy 2, etc. Right? You get in the habit of doing that, then you're never like you're never caught, like a deer in the headlights. Oh, what do I do? Right? Your orders are in. as you gain experience, you'll be able to finesse that move, not your stop, but move your targets around. Yeah, a lot of traders freeze, especially when they get into a bad trade. It's not uncommon. Hell, I remember even on the trade desk once, we were shorting a stock and one of the traders froze. I was trying to get him to call orders and had to walk over and kick his chair. Yeah, we're just doing a little bit of a rotation here, right? We corrected inventory. We had a nice counter correction, counter move to inventory. And now what we're doing is we're just going to do little rotation, right? Let's see if we can move that point of control down. Where is it? It's 3,319 contracts up here. Let's grab all that down here and then we can go sell it back up again. But until then, I think sideways to lower. This people are still working out their inventories and things like that. And there'll be a little bit of that going on. We still haven't gotten anywhere near the close. Just give it some time. Watching 99 and a half. Sorry, 98 and a half. Just watching to see if we go below it or stay above it. I am short biased right now. So not quite. Need that seller to stay under 97. Every time we go up to 97, this thing catches a bid. You notice? Every time we go to 97, it catches a bid. This is not an easy market to trade, so take your time. Right? If you're unsure of what's going on, trade smaller, right? Trade less, spend time observing. You know, you'll get there. You'll get there. Just be patient during these times, right? We're still in price discovery, right? Some rotation here. Damn. Seller at 4.5. Long 2, one at 4 3/4, one at 4.5. It should rotate somewhere up to the 8s. There's 8. I'm doing this little experiment on 5-minute candles too, and it seems to be working. I'll show you guys that once I've figured it out a bit more. The bid will go away once they have sold as much as they can, team. Right? On a longer term, if you're short under 16 and 3/4, your next sort of thing is to stay offered under 8. Right? If we can get under 8, you're looking for 55.97. These are just some longer term levels. Good stuff, AZS. It's nice to be done a little early. Good way to give back your profits on days like this is to overtrade, because the order flow is not as predictable, right? So just remember that. Be smart about things. Don't get all hyperactive. Right? We took out the 10.5s. That's a nice rotation. That's the trades we like. The look below and fail. And I bailed way too early on that trade. But look below a zone, fail, come back up, long, stop, rotation. You can sell some in the middle and some at the top. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's not easy to develop the skills, and it's going to take you some time. But the trade, it's simple, and you can practice it over and over and over again. Good thing is it keeps you from FOMO. It keeps you from all that stuff because you only trade at the edges of your zone. So if you get a nice rotation from 98 to 56.10, you can just trade it back and forth, right? What thinking process do you have when you see your setup and before taking it? So the thinking process is, did the market look below 55.98.5? Yep. Did it fail? Where is it at now? 55.99. Okay. Is it holding 99? Okay. Let's buy a little bit. Put our stop under 98.5, 98.25, right? Then Ralphie, my thinking process goes to go sell some at 1.25. Put some out at 3.75. And as the market goes up in those 3 Greek candles, takes me out of my trade. Does that help? That's the thinking process. Oh, there's that lower that we're looking for. Cool. It's just like that document, that you should have read. I hope you read. Right? The 5 steps. Just do the same thing every day. Do the same thing every day and train yourself. Nice work, Hex. Just do the same thing every day. Where it becomes a habit. Right? So your habit, good business habits, right, is to wait for the trade. Execute the trade. Monitor the trade to see whether it's working or not. If you're wrong, get the hell out of the trade. Right? The levels will tell you, right? If you go and buy 98.5 now, and it starts taking out 98, 97.5 like that, then you should be worried, right? Put your stop in there, at the bottom of that candle that we're in, and you see how the offer is moving lower, there are competing sellers there. So if you're wrong, nothing wrong with being wrong. You can just scratch the trade, right? If it doesn't take your stop, you can stay in it and put some sell orders out now at 1. Because the top of that last candle is where they initiated the sell. They will sell there again, as you can see. That's what creates the top of the candle is the sell order, right? So that seller lifted. So if you bought 99, sell 56.01, clip a couple of points. If it does it again, let's see if it can offer over 1.5. So put out some 1 3/4 sell orders. The thing is, in a choppy market, get paid, right? Until you develop your skill to hold the trade longer, right? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't hold trades long. I'm saying develop the skill so you can hold trades longer, right? The more comfortable you get with order flow and with price action, the longer you'll be able to hold the trade. So if you were long and you were still using the bottom of this candle here as a stop, you could still be long, right? Because structurally, the business reason for the trade still holds true. No supply underneath the bottom of that candle, right? And there's nothing wrong from 55.99, sell some at 1.5, 2, sell some at 4. It's beautiful, right? And then you don't care what CPI, BPI, Magnum PI, you don't care who does what, right? You've made your money and you get out. See? Simple. Keep it simple. See, we're just rotating in and out of that purple zone for now. And guess what? The point of control moved down, didn't it? Good accumulation. That's cleaning, right? We're cleaning out the trapped longs that we nailed in this thing all the way up here. Not everybody sells at the same time. It takes a little time to clean a carpet, right? It takes a time to clean a market out too. Look, we trapped all these poor buggers up here. We've got to transfer this down here and then take it back up to resell it. It's just commerce. Okay, folks, any questions? We're going to be done now for the morning. I hope everyone has a great trading day. Also, come visit us at microefutures.com, also known as Crazy JJ's House of ES. Come visit us. We have a 7-day free trial. Trying to have some fun while we're in this business, while we learn something and manage risk, make some money. Have a great one, everybody. Oh, yeah, and we are starting up another one-on-one coaching program, so DM me anytime. We have a lifetime mentoring program where I basically haunt you until you're profitable. Give me a call, ring if you need it. Thanks so much. Have a great morning, and please, please, please trade safely. Right? Be ruthless with your risk management. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.